Hello and welcome, ladies and gentlemen, back to Ne0 Gets to Know, the show where I speak to professional players from every scene, every country, and every, of course, game. I'm joined by one of the wonder kids of CSGO. I'm joined by Launx, brother. Thank you for joining me. How you doing?
Good. Thanks for inviting. I'm glad to be here.
Love to hear it. Let's go back to the start. Of course, you're only young, but you've had quite a CS:GO career already. How did it all start? What's kind of your journey into esports, and then of course into CS:GO?
So I think first time, I think I played CS:GO from my cousin.
Sure.
Like I was at his home and he just like asked me on to play some Counter Strike, and I said, yeah, let's do it.
Cool.
And from then I stopped playing. Like I just played it 1 month
Okay.
in 2015, I think, and then I started playing back in 2019. And from
Right.
2019, I decided like, okay, I want to go pro. So yeah, we are like 3 years in the pro scene, I guess,
Sure.
in the pro dream. And he was like, kind of, I don't know, like I was playing in a few Romanian teams, like in a Romanian academy team, and then I was just like grinding my way into the high
Yeah.
tiers in Romania.
And kind of what drew you to CS:GO over other games? Because obviously, you mentioned you haven't really been kind of in the scene all too long. You're still pretty young, right? There were still other kind of esports that potentially were around, League of Legends, Dota, maybe even Valorant as well. I mean, I know it's still pretty early, but what kind of made you want to, go with CS:GO over some of those other esports?
Wait, can you say the question again?
Yeah, sure. I just want to know kind of what kind of led you to want to play CS:GO over maybe some of the other
Oh.
esports, Valorant or League of Legends, Dota, some of the other kind of bigger names. What was like for you that made you choose? Okay, CS:GO is the one I want to go pro in.
Well, I think like because like I'm playing Counter-Strike since like I was 7
Okay, sure.
because like I played like 1.6 with like I was sitting on my father's lap, and playing
Nice.
1.6,
Yeah.
and it was like I don't know, like I love at the first sight. I was
Sure.
like, I love this game. I love this like Counter-Strike thing.
Love to see it. And of course, you're only 17 years away. You're still pretty young. How does it feel to kind of be so far in your career already at kind of such a young age?
Uh, I don't know, like I don't know how to say it. It's kind of
Exciting. Are you? I guess. Do you ever get nervous being so young?
no,
No, that's what you love to hear.
no.
Love to hear. And of course, speaking about the domestic scene as well, you've played for the likes of Infinite starting off, and then of course Game Agents, Nexus. What's it like in the domestic scene in Romania? Kind of how is it like over there?
So like I don't know how I can say it like more friendly, but I
Hmm.
think like when I was playing for Romanian teams and even now, like I think like everyone is like an animal, Like at the
Okay,
Romanian scene, we
right.
are like a zoo, and like everything was so like fast because like I
Sure.
had like I played for Infinite 1 month and then for Game Agents 1 month,
Yes.
and
Yeah.
then Nexus came in and they said, okay, you are really young, you got some potential, and they said, you want to join us? And I said, yeah, let's do it. And
Fair
from then
enough.
I just like played for 1 year and then I joined Sprout.
Fair enough. Okay, fair enough. So, of course, the big news is then Sprout, right? Of course, playing with Sprout now, a massive organization. How did that come about? Because you mentioned, with Infinite and Game Age and Nexus, it was a, very quick moving between them. But how did the big opportunity of Sprout come to you?
Well, like as far as I know, I started playing really good.
Hmm.
Like I had some like good stats wise, and
Sure.
I was doing some heavy damage
Hmm.
in the events we were playing with Nexus. And I know because I talked with Berry, I
Hmm.
posted a highlight on Twitter. I
Ah,
did a
okay.
1v5 with the Deagle on Nuke,
Sure.
and like I saw that Berry and Vigo, like Steyr,
Yeah.
they followed me on Twitter and they liked the post, and I was like,
Nice.
okay, I think this means something, so I need to
Okay.
like keep it up, right?
Yeah.
And then after 1 month, like my agency came in and they
Hmm.
said, well, no, you got a team that is interested in you. You
Hmm.
would like to join them? And I said, of course. Who is
Yeah.
this team? And they said Sprout, and I said, okay, now I see where this is going.
Sure.
And from then on, we just like talked 1 or 2 weeks
Mhm.
to do the paper stuff, and I joined them.
Fair enough. And was there a trial at all, or was it kind of a case of they'd seen you already play and they just signed you there and then? There was kind of, or was there a trial that you had to do to maybe just check your work with
No,
the
they
team?
just they went full in. It
Nice,
was
that's
like
good.
it like as I said to Barry,
Mm.
it was like a high risk, high reward pickup,
Yeah.
It was like
It worked
they
though.
didn't even do a tryout, and they said,
Sure.
okay, let's give this kid a chance. Let's see what
Fair
he can bring
enough.
to the table.
Hey, it worked. So I want to kind of talk about, of course, the comparisons between the Romanian scene and then international rosters. How hard was it for you, kind of going from Romanian teams where you know, can speak your native language, and then of course changing to an international roster where you have to then speak English?
I mean, the first week was kind of hard
Yeah.
because like we had like everything was new. Like the
Sure.
way we
Sure.
practiced, like the way we played, the way we talked, the call outs, like
Hmm.
everything was so new. I remember when I came in the team, Timo,
Hmm.
Speedy, like had a call on, let me think. I know, like it was some weird German call,
Sure.
and
Sure.
he was calling with slacks like Fritz and Kartoffel, like giving each other's like names, and I was like, what is this? This is so weird. Like they started laughing, and
Mm.
yeah, but after the first week, like I started to be more like I don't know.
Like comfortable and that kind of thing.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah, for sure. And of course, there's been changes recently to the roster. But looking back at that previous roster with kind of Rolls and Speedy, what do you kind of think went wrong that meant you guys maybe didn't achieve what you were looking for?
Um, to be honest, I think it was like sometimes we were too like passive
Okay.
because like now like you got Zifon as well.
Hmm.
Because as I see the team is like Vigo, that is like the guy that plays like very calculated. He does
Sure.
his stuff slowly, taking the pace out, helping
Okay.
Ali
Yeah.
calling, and then it's me and Zifon that we are
Hmm.
like the crazy guys. Like that's what we say in TeamSpeak when we play
Yeah.
the crazy guys, the maniacs. Me and Zifon, we just go in like Ali
Sure.
says, okay guys, you go B, you kill that guy, you go A, you kill that guy, and
Sure.
that's it.
Fair enough.
And yeah.
The big thing, of course, is Refresh and Zyphon coming into the team. How has it been since they've come in? How's the kind of the process been, kind of integrating them into the Sprout system?
I think it was kind of fast.
Nice.
Like because like Berry and Vigo like they played a lot of Faceit with them, so it's like
Sure.
it was kind of I don't know, like the Danish people, as far as I know and I have witnessed,
Sure.
like everyone knows everyone.
I agree. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
like they were like, okay, we just played 400 matches on Faceit and now we're in the same team. That's pretty cool, right? And for me and Fritz, we were like, yeah, okay, we know he's coming from Heroic, the other guy is coming from Flames, so they must be really good. Like
Sure. Sure.
they like 2 days. It took 2 days for them to be like feeling like okay,
Like
this
it
is
was
my new
normal.
home.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And of course, Refresh now IGLing as well. How's that been in comparison to kind of when Rolls was IGLing?
I think like now we are more like I don't know. We approach the game more with uh, we are more calculated
Sure.
about like taking risks and all of that. But like besides that, I think everything is the same.
Oh, okay. Sure. And of course, for Rolls and Refresh, they have like different IGLing styles. What is the kind of the main key takes that kind of changes your team in terms of their IGLing style?
I think Refresh is like more passive.
Okay.
More passive calling. Like when Raz was calling, I think we were like more aggressive. Like
Right.
like he was just saying, okay, we do let's say I don't know phase default,
Mhm.
and everyone was doing whatever he wants. Okay. And
Okay, sure.
and he like Raz was coming with me. He will say, okay, I'll show here 2 flashes, you do your stuff, and then I go back mid. I
Right.
help the guys take mid, and that was it. But now, like Refresh helped us to change the pace. Like now I do like I don't know you watched Vertigo now, but
Mhm.
now I'm like doing more utility on Vertigo on me. Like
Okay.
last time I was just going and killing. I was like
Sure.
I had no nades, no nothing. But now I'm trying some smoke, some flashes. Now it's a bit a little bit
Yeah,
different.
you're becoming a rounded player a little bit now
Yeah.
as well. Yeah. So would you say that Refresh is like helps you develop your game already then to become kind of a bit more of a supporter player as well as being obviously tapping heads and all that stuff?
I mean, not like supportive player, but more like being more calm.
Okay. Sure. Sure.
But as I told him, like you cannot change the way like I see the game. Like when
Yeah.
like I see the game like very aggressive.
Of course. Yeah.
Like when everything is in chaos, like that's when I come in.
Yeah.
Like that's like my
That's where you're
my
at your
hometown.
best. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Do you think that's a thing that's of the Romanian scene? Is the Romanian scene very aggressive, and that kind of is why you're as aggressive as you are, or do you think that's just you?
I think like not the entire Romanian scene, but
Mhm.
a few riflers like it depends because I used to play like in every team I was playing, like I was the guy that I was the entry fragger, right?
Sure, sure.
So every time I was like, you go there, you kill that guy, you come back, I will flash for you there, and you go kill the other guy, and then you go kill the other guy, and then you can do ace or whatever you
Right,
want.
sure.
And that's what happened, and like I took that from Romania,
Mhm.
and I said, okay, let's show to the other guys what the Romanians are capable to do. So
Okay, I like that.
yeah.
I like that. And of course, guys, big recent news for you, the RMR. You qualified through the first RMR in first place. I mean, a dominant performance, all things considered. How did it kind of feel to go through the RMR in the first RMR with the announcement of the roster all of like 2 days before? How did that feel?
It was amazing.
Yeah.
It was amazing, but like we knew, like after we qualified, like I think everyone was ready for the hard period that will come, like now,
Of course.
because we were kind of in a slump, like we were losing like kind of every match,
Sure.
and yeah, but like I think for the past 2 weeks we were like just practicing. I think we practice like 10 hours a day.
Yeah.
Like my brain now is just Counter Strike. Like when I go outside, I can see flashes around the sky popping off. Like everything is Counter Strike now.
Sure. Would you kind of say maybe there was a bit of a honeymoon period when you kind of went through that RMR first time because like, teams maybe didn't know how to expect you to play? Maybe teams underestimated you a bit because you were new?
I think like why we qualified that easy, it was like because like we had no calls whatsoever, right?
Okay,
So
sure.
we just did whatever we felt it was right.
Nice.
So right now when we have the calls, like of course when you have a new team and you have new calls and a new IGL, of course like you will hit the bottom sometimes because it's like
Yeah.
kind of hard. So like Ali needs to understand the way we play and the way we approach, but in the same time we need to help Ali call around us. So yeah.
That makes sense. I know the RMR's coming up soon. Malta, you'll be going over there to compete. But is there any going to be a boot camp or anything for you guys, or is it kind of just practicing from home until the actual event?
We had a boot camp for like 2 weeks, but
Okay.
sadly I didn't go there due to COVID.
Ah, damn, that's unfortunate.
But it's alright. But we will go tomorrow. We'll travel to Malta.
Ah, okay. And how are you feeling? Are you excited to kind of compete in Malta?
Yeah, I'm very excited to be honest because
Sure.
like this is like my biggest event, you know.
Exactly, yeah. And of course,
It's the
on the
biggest.
other side, what is the sort of expectation? Of course, you want to make it through the RMR, but is it about kind of proving that you're at that tier 1 level, proving that you're good enough to kind of get through in a comfortable manner, maybe 3-1, 3-0, maybe? Kind of what's the expectation for Sprout?
I think I will say 3-1 because I think
Okay.
like 3-0 it's kind of hard because like let's say
difficult.
if we win the first 2 matches, we will probably play against a team like FaZe, and
tough.
and that's pretty tough. Like we practiced against them, we won, they won,
Yeah.
but when it comes to playing LAN against them and an official match, like everything changes, you know.
Of course.
Like I don't want to say we will get fully destroyed, but I think we will have some bad time. to be
Exactly.
honest.
You're being modest, right? You open your Armada up against Forza. How are you feeling about that one? And are you doing any like kind of specific preparation for them, any counter stratting, or are you kind of focusing on your own game?
I mean, like me personally,
Yeah.
like I don't know how to say it, but like Barry has a role in the team, you know.
Sure.
Like him, like Barry and Ali,
Mhm.
the IGL, like
course.
they anti-strat everyone and they
Sure.
just. And then they will come to me, Zphon, and the other guys, and they will say, "Okay, guys, so here
That's
is
what
your
we'll do."
enemy.
Sure.
He's playing here, and you, Mr. Lau, you are supposed to go and give him a headshot, and then you go back. Like that's how we
Nice
work,
and
right?
easy. That makes complete sense. Well, fair enough. So there's no kind of for you. There's no specific counter stratting. You just get in the game, do your own thing.
Exactly.
Easy. And cool, let's kind of focus a little bit on yourself here in terms of recent events. You know, there was rumours of you going towards ENTS. That was obviously the big talking point for quite a while. They were interested in you, is what everyone heard. What happened there?
Like I don't know if I'm allowed to say a lot, but like I will say what Slappy said
Sure.
in the interview. Like yeah, like I was supposed to go to ENS. Like they offered like a big amount of money to be honest.
Sure.
But like Sprout just said like they declined the offer because like the major was coming and they said like
they
we
trust you.
cannot take this risk. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, how does it feel though when you see kind of ENTS are offering this a massive amount of money? How does it feel that's kind of how they value that you're valued at such an amount at such a young age? I mean, surely that must feel good.
I mean, for me it was like something like okay, like I don't know how to say it. Like I was exciting, but in the same time was
Sure.
like, what? Like because
It's
like I was
crazy.
just two months in Sprout, like
Hmm.
so I was like, this is too early, but I will
Fair
take
enough.
it.
So does it at all kind of annoy you maybe a little bit that kind of Sprout declined it? Because obviously, you know, Enter one of those, they're a tier 1 seed, tier 1 side, may I say, that are always in tier 1, where for Sprout you kind of compete in tier 1 tournaments, then sometimes a bit more in tier 2, and then back up into tier 1 again. But Enter, a comfortable tier 1 side, they're always there. Does it annoy you that maybe you didn't get that opportunity?
I mean, like I think in the first 2 days after they declined it, I
Mm.
was a little bit mad. I was
Sure. It's
like
understandable.
why?
Yeah.
Like it's something like I think everyone will do.
Mhm.
But then I said, okay, they declined it now, but like I saw the good side of it because like now I have more time to to gain more experience playing besides them
Right, sure.
in tier 2 and upcoming tier 1 events.
Mhm.
Because you see, if I was going to ENS, like imagine me having a few bad matches in the beginning, everyone was just going around the internet saying
Of
like,
course.
you know,
Yeah.
like I may be a tough guy when it comes to getting like a few bad words, but I think that would be a little bit
Yeah,
hard.
at tier 1, it's a different level, isn't it? The
Yeah,
kind of the social interaction there. So
yeah.
that's completely understandable. Do you think this current Sprout roster can sort of reach the same levels as the current Ents roster?
As the some Pios roster,
Yes, yeah.
I think we can even be better than that, to
I
be honest.
like it. Okay, all right, nice. So, is the sort of plan for you going forward to kind of maybe keep working with Sprout, but if another big offer comes for a big tier 1 side, and hopefully try and go to there, or is it to try and make Sprout into a comfortable tier 1 side?
So, like as said to my manager and Betty,
Hmm.
like let's say like no, I don't know, FaZe comes with an offer, right? Or
Yeah,
let's say Fnatic,
yeah,
like you cannot like say no to these like
for sure.
organizations because like they're the biggest
Hmm.
and like you get to play among like one of if not the best players in the world
Of
at their
course.
time or now.
Yeah.
So it's like, yeah, I will continue playing with Sprout, but like
Mhm.
if an offer like that comes, like I cannot say no. It's like
Makes
career
sense.
changing one.
Exactly, exactly. I guess on another note as well, what is your sort of your sort of personal goals for the next couple of years? You know, some players like to say they want to be top 20 players in the world, or you know, some players obviously say they want to get a major. What are kind of your goals and what are your ambitions for the next couple of years?
So like I have, I don't know how to say it. Like for me, like I set a goal like in each year. Like so
Hmm.
this year I want to be like top 50, like
Smart.
HLTV with ranking with the team,
Hmm.
maybe top 20 player rating.
Okay, okay,
And
nice.
for the next year, I would like either to be in a top 10 team,
Hmm.
top 10, or be with Sprout in the top 10, and maybe for like in the next 2 years, maybe winning a major with
Sure.
Sprout or another team. So like
Okay.
like that's the goal.
I like it. I like it. Very confident as well.
Yeah, step by
Yeah.
step, you know.
Nice. Yeah, small steps, but there's a big
Yeah.
goal at the end. I like that. I like that. So a couple of things we can touch on as well is the first one, which I think is pretty cool, is who do you think is the best player that you've ever played with
In the team or against.
in a team?
I mean, in the team, I know like I would say Xelo,
Oh,
Nexus.
okay. Yeah, yeah. I mean, he
Like
was around for a while. Yeah.
like that guy, I know he has the best game sense I've ever seen in my life, and the way
Okay.
he ops, like when he's feeling the game and he's feeling good, and when he's confident.
Sure.
Like even me as a teammate, I'm afraid being close to him because I know that he can do an ace and he'll just turn and just kill me as well. Like he's like when he pops off, like you can
He's
do anything about him.
unstoppable.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's just insane.
Okay, and then on the other side, who do you think's the best player you've ever played against? We'll go with an official as well, like in an official, rather than like a
Okay, an
like
official.
yeah.
Uh, Zau.
Oh, was it why? Just untouchable.
Yeah, like we played against them in Cologne. I
Hmm.
mean, it was not untouchable, but like you could feel, like when he's
Yeah.
playing, like you could feel, okay, he killed 3 guys on overpass, and then he came back B and he killed me as well. Like I was feeling it.
Yeah, yeah. So there's nothing you can do to stop him. Fair play. On the other side, who do you think's the most underrated player that you've ever played with? Someone who maybe like doesn't get the respect that they deserve, but you know they're good enough.
I mean, it's like still from the Romanian scene,
Sure.
right? I think it's Rene.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I watched them in Game Agents. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
like, yeah. Like me and him, we are like like he's my older brother, you know. Like he
Sure.
always like he took care of me like a little child,
Yeah.
and like that guy is like so good at aiming. Like he's such a good driver, and he's like so selfless. Like he can take every position,
Sure.
and like he just does it. He doesn't care. He just wants to play the game.
Of course, you know, you speak a lot about the Romanian scene. You're a product of the Romanian scene, but it's not regarded as one of the biggest scenes in the world. You know, everyone looks kind of the Danish scene or the French scene or etc. etc. What do you think needs to change to help improve the Romanian scene?
I think like in Romanian scene is like the lack of I don't know, say like young players.
Okay, sure.
Like there are a lot of young players, but either they are like fully arrogant
Oh,
and they don't
yeah.
want to work,
Sure.
or they just like doesn't like they don't care, you know.
Hmm.
And like for me, when I see this, it's like so annoying because like I was in the same spot and everyone is like talking about how lucky I was or like how lucky I am, but like I told them
Sure.
like I was playing back in Romanian teams like for game legends.
Yeah.
Let's say I had like one 100 hours like past 2 weeks, 120. Like I was just playing till I was like running out of breath. I was not even going to school. I
Yeah.
was like playing Face It till 7 in the morning. I was sleeping 5 hours. Then we started to play again like practice with the
Yeah.
team, and then again Face It till 7 in the morning. Like I was not stopping. I was
Yeah,
like
okay.
just playing. I was like, okay, I need to do this.
Sure. I get that. That's another thing I kind of touch on as well. Obviously, being so young, there's all the other things around kind of, I guess, you know, being a kid, right? Like going to school and stuff. How did that kind of work with you in terms of full-time professional CSGO in school? Did you kind of drop out of school to commit towards CSGO, or is there, you know, are you going back at a later stage or anything like that?
Well, I didn't drop out to school, but
Okay.
I was close to doing it. Like I was not going to school whatsoever. Like
Okay.
like now I'm in my last year in
Sure.
high school, so it's kind of an important year. But like we go to Malta, maybe we go to Brazil. I've qualified. We got more tournaments coming in other countries, like boot camps as well. Like,
Sure.
and I told to the school, like I don't know how to say it, like to the school guy, school principal, right?
Yes, yeah.
Like I moved to a private school so I can like be more like understood by the teachers, and like I told them, okay, this is what I do, this is how it works. I need like the time and like your like
Sure.
respect about this, right? And I said, okay, just show us some proof, and like now even the teachers are watching my games, right? So it's
That's
so it's
awesome.
pretty nice, yeah.
So do you go to school then and then do practice after school, or do you kind of like do your school stuff from home, or how does it sort of work? Because your schedule must be so busy with just CS:GO alone. So how do you fit school in there as well?
So like I go like 3 hours per day from 8 to 11.
Okay, right.
Like I just go to like study like I don't know how to say it. Like I need to study for the final exam, right? So I go
Yes,
to
of
the
course.
lessons. Like I go to the like to the tree. I don't know how to say it in English.
Just like the lessons in the morning kind of thing.
Yeah,
Sure.
just the 3 hours. Like I just need to write, study a bit, and that's it. I just go back home,
Okay.
play CS. I'm not going for 2 days, and then I'm going back to high school for 2 days, and that's it.
Okay. All right. Okay. So that also means that you can't be playing Face It until 7 a.m. as well because you got
Yeah,
school.
I can. Yeah.
That's fair enough. And there was on the other side, what does your practice look like as well? Especially, I know at the moment you were kind of saying you're doing somewhere like 10 hours a day. What's your kind of schedule? Is it kind of server work, scrims, and that kind of thing?
Like I think we like talk for like 2 hours
Okay.
a day, and like I think we play like we practice against other teams like for like 7 hours,
Busy day.
and then the last hour we just do 1 hour debriefing.
Okay, all right. So it's still a pretty busy day, all things considered.
Yeah.
Fair play. Well, we'll move on to kind of our second section, kind of just talking about your life and your personal life. So what was life like growing up for you? I know you said you played a lot of CS, but is there any other things that you were interested in, hobbies, growing up as a kid?
Like from a young age,
Mm-hmm.
like I was interested in joining the army. Like I was this
Okay,
close.
sure.
Where my is going crazy.
Go on.
I said I was like this close to joining the army,
Okay,
and then I
right,
said,
yeah.
and I was like, okay, no, like this can go 2 ways.
Sure.
Either I do the army
Mm-hmm.
and I go to the army, or quit like this stupid dream and I go back to playing CS. And I said, okay, I'm going back to playing CS. I don't
Nice.
want. I would rather play. I'd rather shoot in a video game than going in the army. Like
That's
I
fair
said it,
enough.
and
So how old are you when you made that decision?
I was like 14.
That's a big decision for a 14-year-old to make as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, of course, it worked out, and of course, we can talk about kind of nowadays. Is there any other hobbies that you have kind of outside of CS:GO and outside of esports? You know, some people like movies or sport, anything like that for you?
Like I don't know how to call it in English, but like for like 2.5 years,
Hmm.
something like that. Like I was going to the like aim practice in real life, like shooting targets in real life, like
Oh yes, yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay, another one. Yeah.
and I was doing it in Romania, and I think I won like 2 gold medals, like in a
Okay,
national
nice.
tournament or something, and then I quit for CS. Like I quit everything for CS, and
Fair
now I
enough.
don't do anything. I just play Counter Strike, and that's it.
As good at shooting in the server and out the server.
Yeah.
That's exactly the perfect CS:GO player. So if you weren't involved in esports now, and if you weren't a professional player, what would you do? I know you kind of mentioned the army. Would that have been what you'd be doing nowadays? Do you think if you weren't involved in CS:GO?
Yeah, probably. Yeah,
Sure.
most likely.
Would that be kind of a full time thing, or like I know in England some people kind of they go for like 4 years and then they go out and do other things. Or for you, would that be your long term?
I mean, that was like if I was in the army, I would
Mhm.
probably do that either till I was retiring or I was forced to
Okay.
retire. Like
Wow.
my leg will be like blown up or something, and I was forced to retire. Like
Fair enough. And another quite an important one, especially because of how young you are as well. How was the conversation with your parents saying, "Okay, I'm gonna become a full-time CS:GO player"? Was it hard to convince them, or were they like kind of fully supportive?
so, like as I said, like my parents are divorced, right?
Sure.
So I just live with my mom, and it
Mhm.
was like for me it was and still is like it's more important like what my mom says, okay?
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
Because I
Yeah.
live with her, right? And like she was like, if you love to do this,
Hmm.
just do it. And like
Nice.
she was supportive, like since I was playing in the Romanian academy team, so it was
Okay.
like a long time.
Hmm.
And now she's just watching my games in the other room when I'm playing.
That's awesome.
Like I remember we played against the Mouse for Valencia,
Sure.
and when we qualified, like I was screaming, and then 2 minutes later she was screaming as well because like
She just
we
saw it.
won, yeah, and we won on the
That's
VOD.
awesome. That's awesome. And how does she kind of feel about now you're going to Malta for the RMR? I mean, is she like super excited for you? Is she nervous for you?
I mean, like she's super excited, but at the same time
Yeah.
she's like sad because like I'm leaving, but
Of course,
that's okay. Yeah,
it's following your dreams, right? That's what matters.
yeah.
Of course, we can move on to kind of the Twitter and Reddit questions. These are, of course, questions asked by your fans on Twitter and stuff. So the first one's pretty good. Where do you see yourself kind of 2 years from now?
I think like I'll just say because like I grind to be there. I think in
Mhm.
phase, like that's
Sure.
like I think like if I play as much as I do now or even more,
Hmm.
and like I continue grinding and listening to like my teammates,
Sure.
I think like I can get there. Like
Okay.
it's just a matter of time till I reach that level.
Fair enough. So phase is like kind of the ultimate goal for you.
Yeah.
Nice. Okay, fair enough. I like that. It's a good aim. Another one to ask: favorite food or snack?
I think pasta. Yeah.
Pasta. Okay, nice.
No.
Well, what sauce though?
I don't know. Like I don't mind.
Okay,
If it's
nice.
pasta, it's okay. I don't mind.
There we go. Nice and easy. Another one ask: the best place that you've ever visited, or your
I
favorite
think
place?
I think it was let me think. I think it was in Sweden, in Jönköping.
Oh, young.
With
Oh, for
like
Challenger.
yeah,
Yeah,
like the city was so cool and the people were so nice. Like
yeah.
I loved it.
I was on the desk of that as well, actually. I mean, talk me through Challenger, because I was on the desk saying, I said, I think Sprout are going to go the whole way, nice and easy. It wasn't the case. What sort of happened there?
I think it was like the first LAN experience for me.
Yeah,
Like
of course.
in an international team, so it was like a big pressure on me.
Hmm.
But it was like the first LAN event as the new team, right? So
Sure.
it was like kinda like hard for everyone.
Hmm. Did
But
you feel nervous at all, kind of being on the stage for the first time in front of a crowd and that kind of thing? Did it affect you, or were you one of those people who was always pretty confident?
like I had more emotions in Challenger League where we
Mhm.
had no crowd than
Okay.
in Valencia where it was a crowd. Like in Valencia, I was feeling
Okay.
so good hearing the crowd cheering.
Hmm.
Like when we played against Fura, like I was feeling so good. I think that's why I did a
Sure.
lot of like crazy plays
Sure.
because like when I see the crowd and I can hear the crowd, like I know, like I feel good. Like I want it to be like my daily thing, you know.
Hmm. Okay, fair enough. And there's another one. So not including yourself, or Sprout, that is. Who do you think, or what team do you think is going to win the major this year? if you can't include Sprout. So obviously you don't
Yeah.
have to say them for the sake of it.
I think it's either FaZe.
Hmm.
I think it's FaZe or like. I'll just say this team because we played a lot against them,
Hmm.
and I saw what they can do, and like they're going nuts
Sure.
lately, and I think it's Cloud9.
Cloud9.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Sure. I mean, to be fair, they just beat FaZe as well, so
Yeah.
they're looking pretty good. And then what? Someone asked, what's your warm up routine?
I just playing that much.
Okay. And
Like
do you
I
have a
don't.
certain goal, like 1,000
No,
kills or?
no. I play till my restarts, right? So I
Okay.
just play like till I feel exhausted, and then I take a 20 minutes break. Then I
Nice.
do some like movement maps, and then I'm
Mhm.
just ready to go.
Nice and easy. All right, fair enough. Another one. So, what are your thoughts on the Romanian scene in terms of the players, and who do you think is kind of other great players from the Romanian scene aside from yourself? You obviously mentioned Zella already. You mentioned a couple others, but who do you think from the Romanian scene people should keep an eye out for?
Keep an eye on. Like I don't watch the Romanian scene lately,
Sure.
and I've never like seen like a guy to keep the eye on besides the players that like
Yeah.
already in the spot. Like
Hmm.
like Cello, I am Rene, but I think like a guy that is like I don't know. He's kind of good. Like
Sure.
he's an upper. His name is Modo.
Okay.
He's playing
Okay.
for one tap. Like I think he's like the best player in one tap, and he
Mhm.
doesn't get enough credit for it, right? Like
Fair enough.
he's pulling out some crazy rounds, so I think he's the guy.
Nice. Okay, fair enough. I like that. So, someone else as well. What do you think holds the Romanian scene back from stepping into kind of being within tier two and tier one a little bit more? Kind of obviously because teams like Game Agents and Nexus, I guess, have competed within tier two, tier three a bit, but Game Agents not as much. So, what kind of do you think needs to help them step in and play a little bit more in sort of those tier two tournaments?
Like I think it's just the Romanian like mentality. Like
Hmm.
like for me, I can see a Romanian team working like five Romanians. It won't work. Like at
Sure.
least
Sure.
in the upcoming 2 years, we won't see a Romanian team in like top 30. Just because like the Romanian mentality, like even like if we are friends,
Mhm.
like we have that like I want to be better than you. You see, because
Yeah.
in Romania everyone played against each other, so it's
Of
like
course.
still kind of the same when you play in the same team, right? Like
Hmm.
you want to be better than the other guy, and
Sure.
that's not a good thing in like team mentality.
That makes sense. That makes sense. Someone else asks, "What's the hardest thing that you had to go through as an up and coming professional? What was kind of the hardest thing for you?"
I think like let me think because it's a hard question to be honest.
Yeah, it is a pretty tough one.
I think it will be like the fact that I was getting called out a bit, like being
Oh,
like I
okay.
was getting called out being like overrated, and like that was when I was 14 or 15,
Hmm.
and that's a tough thing
Yeah.
to like witness as a
Hmm.
young child, like you are playing like you're trying to live the dream,
Hmm.
and like a few people are coming in, yeah, he's not that good, he won't do much, like nah.
Yeah. Do you get affected at all by kind of comments like maybe on like HTV now? Of course, everyone kind of is keeping an eye on you. You're very young. You're very talented. And obviously a lot of people have opinions on you. Do you ever get kind of does that ever affect you, or do you think you're kind of used to it now?
I got used to it, but like some like lately I'm doing some stupid shit. Like when someone like let's say a guy that bets on me loses a lot of money and he
Yeah.
comes in my Twitter page
Oh.
and he starts talking shit to me. Like I'm this stupid. Like even yesterday on Instagram there was a guy that was like going mad at me because we lost, and I said, "How much did you lost?" And he said like 400 euro, and I said, "Okay." And what can I do? You want me to give you money back? Like, what am I supposed to do? And I told him, you think I'm happy that I lost or something? Like, do you
Exactly.
like I'm not happy, but I can do nothing. And like I'm trying to like talk it out with a few people when I see them going this mad because like they
Yeah,
don't
yeah.
understand what the player is feeling. Because
Exactly.
everyone thinks like we are match fixing or we are losing on
Of
purpose, but
course.
after we lose a match,
Hmm.
like
You
each
feel
and
as
one of
bad.
us,
Yeah.
like you feel even worse
Yeah,
because
yeah.
like sometimes it's like a very important tournament for us,
Hmm.
because like we need to grind our way into tier one, and when we lose important tournaments, it's like, why? Like, what we can do
Exactly.
to be even better?
Exactly. I think that's very interesting. In fact, so someone said, "Do you have a favorite memory from your time of becoming a CS pro? What's your like one
Uh,
favorite memory?"
I think it was like winning with Nexus the first Romanian tournament. It was like
Okay.
Romanian Esports League it was called. I think so. Yeah,
Okay,
it was like
sure.
the biggest. It's like the biggest tournament in Romania,
Sure.
or it was at that time. And like I think the second one and the third one. The second one is the boot camp with Nexus.
Nice.
Like I think that month changed me so much as an individual and as a player, like real life and in game.
Sure.
And I think the third one is like just joining crowd and like living the dream, like
Of course.
traveling with CS,
Yeah.
staying with them in the same house, and just like feeling that CS team experience.
That's fair enough. Someone else asks, how kind of easy is it to live on a kind of a tier 2 salary, so to say, for you?
For me in Romania, it's pretty easy. Like
Mhm.
because I live with my mom.
Sure.
Like, let's say I need to give her like a few money. Like
Mhm.
maybe she needs money, and I can do that pretty easy. Like
Sure.
I can do a huge amount of money. Like I can do let's say not a life changing, but I can change like a lot with the salary I have right now.
Yeah, yeah.
So it's like feeling good because like I don't need to pay taxes because I'm so young.
Under
In Romania you
18,
need
yeah.
in Romania you need to be 18 to pay
Sure.
taxes. So I don't need to pay taxes.
Not
So
bad for
I
you.
get like for me it's just like a dream, that I can help my
Yeah,
mom and at the same time like I can buy like everything I want. Like
No,
if I
it's
need
not
something.
bad. It's not bad. That's pretty good. No taxes as well. Yeah, you're not gonna say no to
Yeah.
that. That's pretty decent. So someone else asked, kind of, what are your thoughts on Valorant? Have you ever played it? Have you given it a go?
I played it. I once like I was so stupid when it came out because I wanted to quit CS for it.
Really?
Yeah, I wanted to quit CS for it, but
Okay.
then I played it like 1 week in the open beta,
Mhm.
and I was like, this is so shit. Like this is one of the worst games I've ever played in my life. Like this won't happen ever again.
Sure. So you played in the beta. So before the beta, you're like, okay, I'm gonna go pro in Valorant. The beta comes out, you play it, you hate it, and you never
Yeah.
played it since.
I mean, I played it since like I had like Diamond
Okay,
1 or
sure.
something, and then like I just got bored of it and I said, nah, this game is like nah,
Fair enough.
no,
So
no way.
do you not play it kind of regularly in your free time?
No.
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 Fair enough. I think it's probably smart as well. Keep you kind of locked into CS. So the last question was kind of, would you ever be tempted to make the switch? Like, if you ever got an offer from a really big, one of the franchise orgs, and they were like, we're gonna pay you, a huge contract, you're gonna be tier 1 professional. Would you ever be tempted?
It's a hard question. Like it depends. Like let's say I hit the rock bottom with Sprout. Like we play
Sure.
so bad and we have a lot of bad matches. Like and I feel
Mhm.
exhausted. And then Valorant Tier 1 organization comes and says,
Sure.
okay, like we give you this amount of money. Like you'll play in the top like tournaments. Maybe then I will think about it because
Okay,
like
fair
it's like
Yeah.
when this happens like you just think like what's better for your future, no?
Yeah, that's smart. That's
Like-
very smart.
As I saw and I talked with him
Mhm.
about it, I think Scream like did this,
Hmm.
like as much as he loved CS, like he couldn't like continue doing it because like it was a better timing,
Of course.
and he went to Valorant and now he's killing everyone, like he's a machine.
And he's probably getting paid a lot as well. So,
Yeah.
I mean, you can't say
Oh.
no to that kind of money. I
Yeah.
think probably the best way to put it. Well, mate, that concludes all of our questions. So, I mean, thank you very much for joining me. If you
Thanks
want
for
to
that.
kind of shout out anything or shout at anyone, now is your time. All your Twitters and all your links are below anyway. But if you want to shout anything, feel free.
I think I will just give a shout out again to the Romanian community,
There we go.
like because they even a lot of them hate me. Because like I'm just saying, people are saying I'm arrogant or something.
Okay.
I love it. Like it gives me more confidence to be more arrogant, so it's good for
Love
me. But like yeah, the Romanian community, like I think it does a good job, helping the outside like
Sure.
Romanian players like me. I am Blitz, Regali, even
Mhm.
Xelo when he was in Ecstatic. Like I think that helps us going,
Yeah.
because when I see the Romanian people coming in the streams and like saying, okay, you are smashing, you are destroying everyone, like you have
Mhm.
that like inner feeling, like I'm doing this
Nice.
for my country, I represent my country. Let's
That's
do this.
awesome.
Let's show what we got.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Well, mate, thank you very much, Romeo. Thank you for taking some time out your really busy schedule. This will probably be going out after the RMR, but best of luck at the RMR. Of course,
Thank you.
we're looking to see you in Rio. So best of luck, mate. Thank you very much for joining me. And of course,
Thank
thank you very much, everyone at home, for watching. I really do appreciate it. And for now, we bid you farewell. Bye.
Bye bye.